Welcome, O wanderers of the wavelength, to the inner sanctum of the Chilluminati. You didn't find us by accident. You were tuned in. Behind this veil of shadow and signal, we gather, not to follow, but to question. So light your candle and lean back 33 degrees. Close the blinds and forget what they told you was real.
That you can't go on, and you're sinking low. Just
It's Saturday night. It's Ground Zero Plus. Lean back. The Chilluminati are in the house.
We sailed away. We walked about some miles and then we slipped away. We looked so hard, but couldn't seem to find just what the world was for. Now we know just what the journey's for. feeling deep inside. Find a corner where I can hide. Silent footsteps crowding me. Sudden darkness, but I can see. No sugar tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea. No sugar to stand beside me. No sugar to run with me.
Drinks for all my friends, real. Drinks for all my friends.
In the silence of her mind, quiet movements where I can find, grabbing for me with her
But guess who?
Now I'm falling
2024 remaster.
eyes. No sugar tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea. No sugar to stand beside me. No sugar to run with me.
You think that song would even have a chance, an Ice Cube's chance in hell of ever getting airplay in 2026?
Probably not.
Oh, Jesus.
Jocko says yes and
I was talking to a friend of mine, sound engineer. He said that some of these mixes from a certain time period, they're called the cocaine mix. Because when people are snorting blow, they don't hear certain frequencies. And so
I never noticed.
they were missing a bunch of, bass, basically.
I don't know. I never noticed that.
I know, me neither. But he's a knowledgeable dude, so I definitely would trust what he had to say. They're called the cocaine mix. Type it into the chat GPTs. Type in what is a cocaine mix from the 70s in relation to music engineering. Anyways, Mother Nature's taking over. There she goes, Mother Nature. You can't fuck with Mother Nature, can you? Remember those commercials? Don't mess with Mother Nature. What was that? Margarine?
Something like
What was
that.
what was that Mother Nature? What was that commercial for exactly? Why were they touting Mother Nature? They're like, don't fuck with Mother Nature. What was it?
I don't know.
Somebody must know in the chat. There's 33 people in there right now. In the chat, 33 people. Leaning back 33 degrees. Goofus and gallant. So, who's in there? There's people up in the chat saying, I can't read you guys. I'm too far away. It's too dark. And I'm smoking a big fat one. So,
Let's see. Chris is in there.
yeah.
Slappy Sasquatch.
Oh,
Brave.
Slappy Sasquatch is in there, eh?
Yeah.
It's been a long
Slappy
time.
Sasquatch McChilly.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Mike Davis, I see him.
Yep.
Mike Davis said he always thought Gallant was gay. I know.
Dots in Focus. Scotty. Amber.
Woohoo.
Suspicious Ganymede.
Yeah.
Polly's in there.
Now-
Sunspots.
Now there's 32 people in the chat.
Must have scared one of them off.
I don't know. Never know.
Unita.
Shit happens. I see Brent's in there.
Yeah. Trish is in there.
Hey, Trish. Are you over in the ground zero chat? You could be.
Yeah. I am.
You should be. So that way you can shout them out.
Oh, that's easy. It's Rich,
only-
Mitch, Zox, and Rich Smith.
So that's it. Just a
That's
few folk.
Just a few folk.
Yeah, man. Well, it's Saturday night. And who knows? Maybe it's the last Saturday night ever. You can't tell. So people are maybe taking advantage of the moment, you know. Just, having a good Saturday night somewhere. Doing something. Who knows what people do, you know? There is a lot of behavior that goes on, though. All you got to do is sit around and watch the crowd walk by.
Chiffon margarine is the answer to your question.
Yeah. So so I didn't, I didn't think about it till this moment, but seriously, was it really a commercial for margarine?
Yeah.
Because you don't mess with Mother Nature. I mean, what were they were telling you right in the commercial?
Yeah. Don't eat this crap because you should
Yeah.
get it from the cow.
Right. They said it right there.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just getting you agree to eat the poison, man. The rat poison. You can leave that shit out where there's rats and they won't even eat it. Margarine.
No, I know.
They're not interested in it.
They won't eat the GMO corn either.
Listen, I was driving home tonight from work, and it was still light out because I'm on the West Coast. And so I'm driving home, and all of a sudden I see this giant ass fucking raven on the side of the road. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and he has caught himself a mouse, and he's basically picking it up and dropping it and pecking it. And throwing it on the ground and pecking at it and then lifting it up and throwing it on the ground.
Like he's torturing it.
Well, I mean, the thing was, man, is like, first of all, I mean, I knew these, I've never seen one of these in its natural format because most of the time I see these giant ass fucking birds that are around here.
Mm-hmm.
They're digging in the trash. They're just fucking wherever there's trash. They're in it and they tear it up and throw it all over the place. And there's shitloads of them. They fly in packs, man. There's like 20 of them at a time. They just swoop in, knock a trash can over, and just go wild, man, throwing shit everywhere. And that's mostly the only time I've seen them, and that's kind of like an unnatural behavior. You know what I mean? It's more a learned behavior. I've never seen them in actual action where they're hunting their own food and, it's pretty, I don't know. I'm going to look at them with a different eye now that I've seen that. Now that I've seen the swooping and killing that they're capable of.
Well, they are a predator, so.
I don't know. Believe me, I never really thought about it because, like I said, mostly all I've ever seen them do is eat trash. I've never seen them, in their habitat where they're catching, mice. You know what I mean? What are they, a hawk? What are they, fucking sitting in a tree and they're just like an eyeballing a fucking mouse running across a field in the high grass, and they fucking swooping down in there and snapping it out of there.
I guess so.
I mean, what are the odds of that? It's like, I'll just tell you what, I'm just going to sit up here in this tree and stare down at the fucking brown grass until I see something move, then I'm going to swoop in and peck it to death on the fucking side of the road. I don't know, man. I haven't really. There's a whole bunch of reasons why I really don't appreciate those birds. You know,
Mm.
there's a bunch of reasons why, but I'll just give you without going into any personal details of why. I'll give you
They're very smart birds.
I'll give you an outstanding icon that you can relate to. So in the movie The Stand, you know,
Mhm.
okay, so in all the Stephen King's books, he's got this dude named Flag. You know,
Right.
okay, so whenever Flag is about to show up in that movie, in that book, in that movie, The Stand, whenever Flag's about to show up, right before that, a big black ass raven shows up, and then he materializes out of that raven. So there's a lot of people, you know. I mean, especially uh, the Don Juan books. You know, there's a correlation between these shaman and these birds in particular. They get inside these birds and then look through their eye. You know, they fucking fly around.
Well, that's a whole the thing. Even you see the witches with the black, the crows or the ravens, so that they can spy through the eyes of the bird. And that was a thing. Plus, they're black, right? So they must be evil because they're black.
Well, I saw one. I saw a video about one, which had nothing to do with the fact that I saw the one today. But these videos I saw was just one in particular, and I guess this dude put a cup of water in front of it, and it had a drink, and then the dude said that the bird when the bird was sitting there looking at him, he was facially recognizing him because he helped him. That bird would remember him for the rest of that bird's life.
Yeah, well, they do. That's what I mean. They're smart birds.
And
Like,
then
if you're nice to them, they'll bring you gifts.
and
If you're mean to them, they'll poop on your car continuously.
and then the next video that guy had, he had 4 cookies. You know, just like a snack type cookie. He had 4 of them, and he handed him the bird 2 at the same time, and the bird took 1, and then he took another one, and then he took the 2 and he put them off to the side, and he came back and he got 2 more, and he went down and took the 2 that he got and put it next to the other 2 that he had, and then he captured all 4 of the cookies in his beak, and then flew back up to where the dude was giving him the cookies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man.
They're smart. They're smart birds. I mean, we don't. I think a lot of times we don't give animals enough credit. I mean,
No.
parrots can talk and even hold a conversation with people.
I predict.
The ravens can add and count and follow you around and
I predict, and it may not be in my lifetime, but it will happen. At some point, there will be this ultimate realization about just how much understanding that animals had, and how we didn't understand it at all. Plants too, the whole thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if you're a pet owner or know somebody who's got multiple pets, right? They're like it's always the thing that fighting like cats and dogs, but the cats and the dogs get along very well, and they can communicate. Even though they're two completely different. It's more like we're the ones who can't understand them. They can understand each other, but we can't understand them. But they can understand us pretty well. You know, so maybe we're the inferior ones as far as the communication goes, because we only talk to each other. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Our language has meaning. So the words we say, they have meaning. But animals and plants don't go by the words you say. They go by the emotion or the energy that you put out when you're saying it.
Well,
And
I think
that's
they recognize sounds. I mean, like I said, birds can talk and answer you if you ask it a question. You know, it understands the question.
yeah. I mean,
And dogs do. I mean,
birds can mimic language in
right.
a sense that it's just a sound that it makes. And all the languages that we have in this world are nothing but sounds that we make to each other. And the sounds that we make, we've ascribed some sort of a definition to that sound. So when I say that sound to you, it causes you to understand that I mean something.
Right. Well, if I say, "Do you want a peanut butter sandwich?" Right? You understand what that means. But you could teach a parrot to, to hear that when he says, "Do you want a peanut butter sandwich?" He can, say yes or no, and knows what he's going to get if he says yes. So
Yeah, but that's
they
behavior.
understand. They may not
That's
interpret it like we do, but they understand what
that's
that
just be
sequence of
that's the
sounds means.
same as ringing a bell to make the dog salivate. It's the
Yeah.
same exact thing.
Well,
Has
that's what I
nothing
mean.
to do. It has
They
nothing.
understand what the sequence of sound is.
Well, they understand that if they hear this sound, they're gonna get a treat, and if they hear that sound, they ain't getting. But
I
they
don't know.
don't have a.
I
They're not
think
in their mind thinking, conceptualizing anything by what you're saying.
I don't know. I kind of think some of them are. I've seen
No.
some pretty good examples of it.
Well, I don't know.
I think they understand more than we think they understand.
Yeah, but they don't understand words, man. They understand how you feel and how they understand your energy field. And they understand the tonation and intonation of your voice. But the words you're saying, you could be saying anything, and you could be saying any words you want, as long as you're saying them nice, and you weren't acting weird. The animals wouldn't respond bad to it, no matter what you were saying. It doesn't matter what you're saying. What matters is how you're saying it.
No, you should really watch some of these videos on these parrots. They understand. They
Oh,
know
man,
like
I know all about parrots, dude. I've had fucking in my life. I've had probably 5 parrots, and they all talked. All right, they all said shit. My mom had a fucking Amazon parrot, those big red fuckers with the giant beak.
mm,
She had him for 25 some odd years, man. So believe me, bro, I know all about the parrots, the birds. But no, we were kind of. I mean, it's an aspect of what we're talking about. But ultimately, what we are talking about is, you know, is how you say what you say in any situation, whether you're dealing with animals or not. You know what I mean? It was fucking, dude. I could not stop laughing today at work. I'm walking down the street,
uh-huh.
and I look over and I see this black Audi SUV, and on the fucking door it says aggressive construction. And it had this font that looked like an 80s metal band. It had this like font to it. I'm just looking at it, I'm just thinking, who's gonna hire this dude, man? Would you hire a company called Aggressive Construction?
Yeah, and the first thing that comes to my mind is what a douchebag that owner must be, right?
Well, what I'm thinking is, man, here at Aggressive Construction, we don't fuck around. We'll shine our boot with your ass. You need to get out of our way, because we're about to fucking build some shit. That's what it seems like to me. You know what I mean?
We're gonna tell you how we're gonna build it, and you're gonna like it.
Exactly. Who would hire that shit? I mean, nothing personal with the guy, but I'm sure he was laying back on the couch with his significant other and just goes, "Baby, I got the name for it. Check it out. Aggressive Construction." What do you
It's the
think?
name of maybe it is the name of a band.
All right, no offense to you if you're from Aggressive Construction and you hear this for some odd reason. It just struck me funny is all. I'm just saying, I want a nice easy experience when I'm building some shit, you know what I mean? I want some mellow dudes showing up drinking coffee.
You don't want them too mellow. You want them to keep working.
Yeah, I want them working, but I want them. I don't want them. I don't want. You can't have the aggression going on. You need to.
Yeah, he can't be throwing handfuls of nails across the room.
Punching holes in new walls. Pissed off.
Let me put that light switch in for you. There's a hole right there for it.
Dude, when I was living in Hollywood, you had to find jobs, man, to make money. While you're trying to fucking go on auditions, And so I got this job selling. It was a sales job, telemarketer, for this fucking for this carpet cleaning company. And so the reason I'm telling you this is because what we were just talking about, the anger or whatever. This dude was like on steroids or whatever. It's like a bodybuilder. And you'd be sitting back there, man. Everybody be, on the phone. There's like 3-4 guys back there making phone calls. This dude would come in all fucking pissed off. All like roid raging and shit. This one day, man, he literally punched holes in the walls. And it was all because it was just like this cash thing, You made commission. 3 rooms for $79 or whatever the fuck it was. Dude, that dude would kill you. He was like because it was back in the fucking 90s when Schwarzenegger was rolling deep in fucking Venice. And he had Gold's Gym down there. So there's a bunch of these bodybuilder dudes down there. All getting all juiced up. Yeah. I'm laughing now, but I'll tell you right now, man, I was fucking scared back then.
Well, what I think of when I think of that is back when Saturday Night Live was actually entertaining. Hans and Franz, they are here to pump you up.
Yeah. John O. Roids are for closers. Man, I'm telling you right now, that dude, he fucking scared everybody that was working there. You felt like if you didn't sell some carpet cleaning, he was gonna kick your ass, man. And it was he had the fucking call thing set up in his garage where he had these phone lines in there. We're all sitting in the same room. Matter of fact, I think we might have, I don't know where we were getting the numbers to call from. We might have been actually calling out of the phone book or something. You know what I mean? It was before the internet.
Just start with an exchange and start with 11111, 11112, 11113.
That dude come in and go, "I ain't paying you sitting here. You better get on that phone." I couldn't imagine that dude showing up to clean your carpets, man. He's probably like, man.
I can't believe you made such a mess. You should wipe your feet before you come in the house. What's wrong with you?
I'm leaning back, man. That's the problem. That's why you can't see me. I'm not all up in the light. Bowling's over there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So where Sergeant Miller was around last night, I don't know if he's going to come by tonight.
I don't know. If he, Sarge, if you're out there, message me.
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying much attention to the Rev Radio chat last night.
No. Well, he was over here in the YouTube chat. I think I saw Barb in there.
Yeah, she's in there.
Howdy, Barb. No. Man.
John O is in there.
Yeah, John. What's happening? Good to see you. Man, Saturday night's like, I wish I had a bar that we could all show up at. Maybe someday soon we'll be able to sit there and just have avatars where it's you're in your living room. It's like 3D. We're all in somewhere. Looks like we're all in the same room. Now there's this thing in that VR that there was this place you could go. And it was like a movie theater place where it had a bunch of different theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just go in there. You could sit there and talk to people. Anybody else who was in there in VR, they had like a little, their avatar. And you could just walk around and talk to people in there. And you could invite them in and go see a movie and this and that. There's different shows and, whatever was in there. I forget what's in there. But the thing is people literally got in arguments in there. Like all pissed off.
Well, I mean, it's it's a bar fight on the virtual level. That's all.
That's what it was like. People were sitting in there all fucking pissed off at each other. And there was consequences in real life, too. It wasn't like, it was just some internet shit. But
well, I think people on the internet, especially in like a VR situation, suddenly everybody's a keyboard gladiator. If you go out to a real bar in the real world, you know who the big dude is, and you know who the scrawny nerdy guy is, and one guy's not gonna mess with the other, right? But when you're behind the screen and you can design your virtual self to be whatever you want it to look like, you can beat a tough guy that you're not in real life. Probably ends up with more. You probably end up with more arguments in VR than you would in a real bar for that reason.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man.
When you go out in the real world, you have to know your place.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Just like in a video game, you can go around and acquire shit, and build your thing. It's like you're gonna have it's gonna be a virtual world where people can exist in it, just like if you're in Grand Theft Auto, except for you'll be in it, and you can literally buy shit with money, and they're going to use crypto for that money. These games, they're all going to suddenly come up with a coin for themselves, You're going to see it, man. You're going to see like an Xbox coin or a fucking, whatever.
Well, they already do that to a certain level.
Yeah, on a certain level. But what we're talking about is something else.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll keep expanding, obviously.
Because
even
all
that
of a sudden,
whole thing with Zuckerberg, right? He had, you could design your house and pick your fireplace and choose your couch, and you have your virtual clothes and your virtual shoes. You could pay, $300 of real money to have your Gucci shoes in VR.
That's what I mean. You're going to be able to buy these. You're going to be able to buy some tennis shoes, and when you have those shoes in that game, the way you got them is you paid money for them. You paid $500 for whatever for them shoes. 500 real dollars, 500 crypto dollars.
Yeah, for $500 for virtual shoes that can be just taken away from you at any time they decide to shut the server off, or decide that the contract on the licensing has run out, or whatever.
Jacker's saying we should be on Studio B over at Rev Radio because it's empty.
I could put us on Studio B if you want.
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I don't know if that's cool. It's up to you. I mean, if you feel like dealing with. What's up, Derek? No, I mean, listen. I've had plenty of dogs. I'm good at training them, and I know I always use affection training for all the animals that I train. But all the dogs I trained, they were good dogs. They were trained dogs. I'd talk to a dog for 20 minutes, but I don't feel necessarily that the dog understands what I'm saying necessarily. He can just, or whatever. I don't know.
Like I said, I think they understand the sequence of sounds. Like if you ask a dog, "What did you do?" They know that they did something wrong, right?
Yeah, if you asked them like that, they'd think they're getting a cookie. But if you ask them like, "What did you do over here? You look at what you did. Look at that. See how you make a dog feel? It's just the way you say it that matters. That's what I mean, man.
I don't know. I think they're smarter than you're giving them credit for.
I'm not saying they're not smart, man, at all. I didn't say that.
I think they understand more.
No. Well, at some point you're gonna, and it's already there now. I'm pretty sure they already have a way that you can understand animals. But what it's doing is it's putting the emotional content of an animal into words that you understand. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's simple, man. It's a simple thing. You got to keep it simple, Rio. Got to keep it simple, bro. One day at a time. Keep it simple. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Polly says cats can understand up to 450 words, but
they can understand. What does that mean?
The problem with a cat is it doesn't give a crap what you're telling it.
Well, no, man. The thing is, what I want to know is, when you say cats can understand, what do you mean by understand? What does that actually mean? Precisely. It doesn't mean it understands what you're saying because it understands English, and it has a way to understand it because it knows what the definition of a word is. No,
I think they understand certain words. Like if you say water, they know what water is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, man. It's just grunts and whistles, really, man. That's all it is. And it's just, I don't know. It's, the further down the road you get, the more you realize the less words, the better, When you use language or whatever, rock and real. It's like how you say it or what you're, where you're coming from when you're saying it. Like if somebody fucks up at work, they fucked your shit up. And now you got to do this whole thing, and then you see them, and you fucking just sit there going, man, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because when I'm cranky at work, like everybody stays away from me. They just know.
See,
like
that's why you need a fucking I'm telling you, man, you need a social battery, bro. You just wear it right there on your lapel, and then when you're in a bad mood, you just fucking push it over in the red, and then everybody just stays away from you, man. You just keep them away that way. You don't have to, I don't know, man. You just, I don't think people realize how much of an effect people have on each other. Just by the tone, of the conversation, How many times did I say you know in the last 60 seconds?
Oh, I don't know, but I say it a lot too.
I know. No. I'm switching it up from you know to I know.
I know that you know.
All right, listen. What are we going to do? We're going to open up these phones?
We could.
All right. I don't know. I have shit, obviously. We just never get around to any of this shit that I prepare. There's a whole bunch of it. I'd have to scroll back. See,
Wow, I'm just looking at the list of calls we've taken already, and because they're all logged. There must have been like 200 calls already in here. It's on this new number.
Well, I dig the calls, man.
Yeah.
Well, the owls are 3 deep in my back area tonight. So, nothing against the,
Are they hooting?
yeah. So that's the other thing, too, is what do I saw this bird today. I forget what it was. It was I think it was a starling. It was some bird that it can imitate noises that it hears. I can't think of the name of the breed of the bird. But this thing was incredible, man. That thing was talking, saying all kinds of shit. I was gonna save the video because it was so amazing, actually. It really was amazing. And there was a cat in the house, and the cat and this bird had a relationship. As they said, it was a strained relationship.
Mm.
But the bird was sitting on this dude's shoulder and just he was making noises. Nah, this is like a wild bird. What the fuck is the name? It's like, I want to call it a mockingbird, but yeah.
The myna bird?
Oh, what kind? Not a
people
myna.
except myna bird.
No, it's not a myna bird. This is just a regular, outside bird. Like someone wouldn't normally have one of these as a pet.
Well, like a cardinal or a blue jay or something, or
Yeah, no, it's not like that. They're like, I don't know, man.
sparrows.
No, it ain't a sparrow. This is like fuck. It ain't a mockingbird, but I want to call it a starling, man. But it wasn't a starling. Bird shit on your shoulder. You know what, man? When I was living on my boat, there was a nest of these fucking seagulls right there in the cove where my boat was. And these seagulls are they travel in packs, man. They know each other, they hang around, and when there's a nest, they all protect it. So if you get in there and you get near that nest, man, they'll start swooping your ass. And anyways, the reason I'm telling you is because someone said a bird shit on their shoulder. It was bowling in there. I'm just telling you this because there was this fucking pelican that flew in to the cove within about 40 feet of that nest. And these fucking seagulls were they were flying down and getting within 16, 18 inches of that pelican, and they were shitting. Like dive bombing and dropping loads of shit all over the pelican.
Oh, geese will do that too. The Canadian geese.
That's what I mean, man. They ain't, you just...
They're spiteful too. They're nasty and spiteful. Geese.
It's disgusting, man. Those Canadian geese. At first, you're like, oh, look at the Canadian geese are here.
Yeah.
And then one's there.
Until
and
your
now it's
entire
two.
parking lot is a minefield.
It's covered with shit.
Yeah. They dive bombed our door the other day.
Canadian geese?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah. It took a freaking hour to scrub that shit off. Literally.
No, I'm telling you, man. These birds. That's why that movie, The Birds, was so horrifying, man. You know, you don't realize how fucking horrifying seagulls are, man. They'll tear your fucking eye right out. Just rip it out, man.
Is that why there's so many one-eyed pirates?
Could be. You know, could be.
The old seagull, he came right up and got me. Arr.
No, I was working on a roof down by the ocean. And on that roof there was a shack, and on top of that shack, which was the highest point on the building, there was a seagull nest up in there. So unbeknownst to me at the time, until I walked out on the roof, and then I found out. I fucked around and I found out, dude, because these seagulls, you know how birds have their eyeballs on the side of their head? You either see one side of their head or the other. You're never looking at a bird in the eye with both of your eyes. Well, when they're fucking flying at you and they're coming at you and they're about to peck your eye out, you can see both of their fucking eyes when they're swooping in on you. They're just coming in. It's terrifying, man. I'm telling you right now. You don't realize it. Aggressive animal control. If you got any pesky varmints, call aggressive animal control. We'll shine our boots with any unwanted pests, Rock and Ria, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Did you wear Doc Martens, Rock and Ria? Are you a Doc Marten wearer?
No, I am not.
You don't wear Doc Martens and then those skinny suspenders with white t-shirts?
No, not at all.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I've never owned a pair of Doc Martens.
And then you don't wear the actual suspenders. You just let them hang. They're those skinny ones, like a half-inch black.
No, I use a belt.
And you cuff the pants, you know, way up to the top of your Doc Martens.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the look for me.
There's Antonio. What's happening, Antonio? I'm telling you, man, it's like Cheers.
It is. It's
It
the
is.
Saturday night bar group.
It is, you know. But hey, what are you gonna do? Look at what do you want us? What do you want us to do? Beat you over the head with the, you know. You got to watch out. Scotty has a pair. He never had those suspenders. No. I gotta admit, man, I did have a pair of those suspenders.
The ones with the X that crossed over in the back, or no?
No.
Straight ones.
Yeah. Those little half-inch black ones. You know, I don't even know why I was wearing those suspenders. And it's the same reason I had a cane at one point. A bunch of people had canes. It was like all of a sudden this one dude had a cane, and the next thing you knew, everybody had canes. People walking around with canes.
The only time I had a cane is when I had a bad problem with my back. Kind of needed it.
You could still get Doc Martens at Ross, dress for less. I saw some there.
I'm sure they're still out there, the Doc Martens.
No, I think Scotty in the chat. I can't. It scrolled past my ability to read who said that.
Doc Marten isn't in business anymore?
Yeah, that's what someone's saying. He scrolled away, so I can't see it now. Scroll me away. What time is it, man? Oh, fuck. It's almost the top of the hour.
Let's
See that shit
I'm gonna
out?
look up Doc Martens.
One thing leads to another. You see that? You see how that works? All right, hold on. What happened here?
Of course, Google tells me that Doc Marten is a British medical comedy television drama.
Huh. Well, tell him you mean the boots. With those big-ass 2-inch neoprene. It's like you're walking on...
Oh, yeah, $68 on Amazon. You can still buy them.
Yeah, well, it's just like we said. Are they the same Doc Martens that you used to have? Or are they just somebody bought the name Doc Martens and now they're just pumping out some old shite?
Well, that's, They look like Doc Martens.
I don't know.
They still got the yellow stitch.
Man, they're advertising. They're saying that most of these Swiss watches were being made in China. Unbeknownst to anybody.
Oh yeah.
And they're saying that they're selling copies that are exactly like the same exact.
Well, Balenciaga makes their stuff in China too. Yeah. So does Versace.
Nah. All right. Well, listen. It's the top of the hour. I'm gonna go heat up some coffee.
Everything is made in China, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know. All right. We'll be right back.
it's as it should be. Here and gone seems to move so quickly. Man, we was happy in our restless hearts. It was heaven right here on earth. Yeah, we were laughing as we reached for the stars, and we had some for what it was worth. Those were good times, damn good times. Those were good times, damn
See
good
all good
times.
people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
Take a straight and stronger course to the corner of your life. Make the white queen run so fast, she hasn't got time to make you wife. Cause it's time in time with your time, and this news is captured. For the queen to use, move me on to any black square. Use me anytime you want. Just remember that the goal is for us all to capture all we want. Don't surround yourself with yourself. Move on back to squares. Send an instant comment to me. Initial it with loving care. Yourself. We've come a long, long way to be with you. It's not that easy doing what we do. There are those lonely times and then there's happiness. Now it's time we're gonna do what we do best. Get it on! Get it on! Oh! There's an electric feeling in the air. The night is young and there is love to share.
It's Ground Zero Plus.
I am here.
Are you there?
So I, at Hijacker's suggestion, I have hijacked Studio B
Studio
are
B, Revolution
on
Radio.
Rev Radio Studio B for the next hour.
What is happening in Studio B? It's the Chilluminati Saturday night. I'm glad to have you. Glad you're joining us. If you're over there on Rev Radio. So there's the hijacker. When's are we going to open up these phones?
Yes, the phones are open and available.
All right. Well, listen. We will open these phones and we will take calls immediately, if not sooner.
717-417-8284 if you want to chat.
All right, yeah, 717-417-8284. Golden Eagle, what's happening? Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. All right, it's a bunch of people. It's like 50 people over here in the chat. If you want to join us into the Microcosm of Jimmy Jean on YouTube, come on by. Hang out with us. We on Saturday nights, for those over on Rev Radio, for those of you who don't know, Saturday nights we just take it easy. We figure everyone's been beaten over the head, for like 6 days now. You got to take a break every now and then, don't you, Rocket? You just got to kick back.
Yeah, kick back and relax. Lean back 33 degrees.
Exactly. Lean back 33 degrees.
Eat some morning glory seeds.
We're not giving you medical advice either, But anywho, 717-417-8284 is the number to call if you want to give us a call. Now, have you been hearing about this? There's a frequency in this song that is there's a frequency in this song that makes people have success. Have you heard about it?
No.
Yeah. Oh, you know that.
I mean, I've heard certain frequencies are supposed to heal you and bring success and do this and that, but I'm not aware of particular songs that would contain them.
I'm going to play this song. And unbeknownst to anyone, there was something going on with this song, and no one knew it. But now that you know, you're about to find out. Now that you know about it, you too can enjoy the frequencies of success that are underlined here in this song.
It's not the spring book. Put them disco boots on.
I know it's hard to believe, but it's in there, man.
Is that what the little boom sound is?
I'm glad you're home. Now, did you really miss me? I guess you did by the look in your eyes. Really back and relax while I put away the dishes. You and me can rock a back. You can ring my bell.
All right. Sorry about that. I was scrolling in here and I let that play, even though it was time to turn it off. I allowed it to go on.
So what is the particular frequency that is in that song?
I don't know.
Oh.
Type it in right now because it's a big controversy all over TikTok. Man.
Oh, well, people on TikTok are mildly retarded, to say the least.
That's not necessarily true, man.
Yeah.
There's some
It's
big
TikTok is designed to make you mildly retarded, whether you are or not.
Well, I'm just saying there's some big influencers over there that are throwing down with some serious information in a really short period of time. So it's not what you think. Necessarily. Not saying it's not what you think, but I don't think it's all like what you think. There's some giant people over there, man. People over there make a lot of, well, before they were bought up. I don't know what's happening now, but no, seriously, type it in. I'm sure there's YouTube videos. It's not on TikTok anymore.
Oh, it has the abundance frequency in it.
See?
Oh.
See? So what the thing is people are saying if you wake up in the morning and you listen to that song, you will have abundance, dude. You know? So, I mean, you know, it can't hurt, right? Look at if there was even
if I had to wake up and hear that song every day, I would not feel very abundant.
Well, let me
I would feel tortured.
Let me ask you this question: if there was even a 10% chance that if you listened to that song for 30 days, that you would have $1 million, you wouldn't do it? Even a 10% chance. There was a 10% chance if you listen to that song.
I don't know if I could stomach it for 30 days.
I'm just saying. If there was a 10% chance that there was definitely going to be a payoff at the end of that, then that would definitely require some consideration.
Well, here the Google AI has pointed out that it's a frequency sweep, starting in high and dropping rapidly. While it doesn't have static tuning, it contributes to the overall high frequency atmosphere of the production. So is it manifesting, or is it just passing through the frequency, or just physics? So there you go. Even the AI doesn't believe it. It says it's just because it has the frequency in there for a brief second as it sweeps past it. People will buy anything, man. Especially people on TikTok. I'm telling you, they're all mildly retarded.
That's not true, man.
It is.
That's like Epic calling what's his nuts a Nazi. It's not true, man.
Well, no, not every single person on TikTok is mildly retarded.
No, I mean the thing is it's not. There's the people that are on there making videos, and then there's the people that watch the videos. So what I'm saying to you is, there's I was talking about it a couple weeks ago.
I mean,
I was saying how the conspiracy, alternative media, the shit that's been in the alternative media has been turned into these fucking snippets that are a few minutes long. That some dude spent his whole life, researching this material, and now it's down to like a fucking 3-minute video that people watch, and then they hear all the bullet points, just like I was saying about the riffs, and if you take the most important catchy riff out of a song, and even though it's within your 7 seconds or whatever, we just talked about this, remember?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I tune my guitars down to 432, but does that mean that I'm manifesting something special, or just like the tone of it a little better?
Not sure. I guess
Okay.
I guess it's just like everything else, man. It's either a blessing or a curse. It either can do it because you believe that it does and you fucking do it, or it doesn't do it because you don't believe in it and it doesn't do it. It's just like when fucking Gilligan jumped out of the fucking palm tree and was flying. He was flying until the skipper told him he couldn't fly, and then he fucking dropped like a rock. So who knows, man? Miracles do happen, bro.
Well, I mean, I've seen evidence of cymatics and good things, and there's a reason that 432 is tuned to, specifically. But just because a song happens to have a particular frequency in it doesn't mean that especially on it's a sound like that goes boo. How cool? There's
Here's the thing, man.
hundreds of frequencies in that song.
Here's the thing now. You're everyone's life is a reflection of their own, whatever your frequency is that you vibrate out. Your life is a direct reflection of how you vibrate. The people around you, all that. There's this thing where, this dude said if, I think it was Onassis. Onassis said if he had no money at all, if he was fucking totally broke, he would find a place where a bunch of people that were, wealthy people, he would find a place where they hung out and he would go there and he would fucking hang out there. Because people that are of that mindset are vibrating at a different fucking frequency than everybody else. Anyway. Point being is, that's what makes it hard, eh? Because if we getting drained out by all this other shit, you're not really pumping your mechanism for putting out signal is dampened by all the other shit that goes on, So you're not, for example, like when you see this new research on the Shroud of Turin, the cloth that Jesus was in. There's this new research on it that's really kind of mind blowing.
It is, yeah. I've seen it. It's quite fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
The threads are only stained on the outside, and that the pollens that have been traced back to exactly the right time. It was the thing about the earlier clipping that came out was actually from one of the repairs, which is why they couldn't figure out originally where they did it. But now that he got a better piece, it's a real interesting. They only let the thing out like once every 20 years now, right, or something for examination. With the new tech, but they MRI'd it or something, electron microscoped it, and found some really cool stuff with it. Just check it out. It's quite interesting if you haven't been aware of it.
Yeah.
But Ring My Bell has a beat of 103 beats per minute. I don't know if that makes a difference to anyone.
I don't know.
Is 103 a magic number?
You never know. You never know. I mean, it is.
Well, if you multiply it by 3, if you take 3 minutes, then it would be 309 beats. So, you got your 3 multiple there. You can read stuff into anything if you really want to.
I know the Bible code works for Moby Dick.
Yeah.
If you apply the Bible code to Moby Dick, you find all kinds of predictions in there. (717-417-8284). Man, that song right there will get people up on the dance floor, boy. Don't even matter how old you are right there, man. You hear that?
Hijacker. Yeah, the phones are open. Call in.
You're inviting the hijacker.
Well, he said he's in the YouTube chat, said no calls.
He's the one responsible for us being over here on Revolution Radio. tonight.
And here he is.
But he's calling in.
Yes.
That's funny. That's funny, Paul. It's funny you should say that, man.
Hijacker. Hijacker, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
That dude made a lot of money off that song. Young MC. He made some bank. Wasn't he going to Harvard or something? The dude, Young MC.
Yeah, he was a pretty smart dude.
Yeah, he was going to Harvard and he just did that song.
Yeah.
He never did another one.
He never had to. He made millions off of that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What's on your mind there, Hijacker?
Sam Lowe is saying he invoked the hijacker.
Yep, he's here. The hijacker has arrived.
He's a ribus.
You're talking about the mood music. When a man loves a woman, they're all music has mood in it. So when you listen to like FM, rock and roll, or the classic 50s or jazz or whatever, every music has put you in a certain mood, frequency. So it's common, very common.
Definitely evokes emotions. So why movies all have sound scores to them?
Yeah.
Make you sad, make you tense before the jump scene, whatever.
This guy one time in jail.
Now, just so you know, on Saturday nights, the Chilluminati. If you come into the Chilluminati inner sanctum, we don't talk about any inflammatory politics or any of this other shit.
No.
We try to kick it.
The guy who told me that when he would go on a date with these girls, that he would have this track of music that he swore would actually kind of mesmerize the females to, basically
arousal.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean, music can invoke multiple things, and I've actually, back in the day when I was doing studio work, had experimented with certain frequency techniques, embedding them into music. You can embed, alpha waves and theta waves and stuff like that into music. So if you take a fast-paced, high energy song and you induce it with certain waveforms, especially you can either reinforce the high energy, or you can really like cause some kind of cognitive dissonance with a low energy waveform.
Yeah,
you can really freak people out by doing that.
Here, like this.
And it's groovy.
This song right here, Hijacker.
Yeah.
This is one of them songs you're talking about right here.
All right. Thinking about the first time I saw you, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
We fell in love so fast. Anyone could tell this kind of love has gotta last.
Damn, I could listen to that all night, Hijacker. You know what I'm saying?
Love songs, nothing but love songs, 24 hours a day.
I don't know if I'd go so far as
No,
to call that a love song.
It's a phenomenon of, and I think Todd, That guy came out of the Illuminati. What's his name? Not Rick Todd, but the backward masking. He was part of.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check the perimeter.
all right. So when, like I said, when I was doing stuff in the studios, you know, obviously I learned about backmasking and the reverse speech stuff, and you know how to do it. But there's also intentional dissonance that's embedded in the music. And if you want, you know, and it goes along with brain waves, you know, alpha waves, beta waves, delta waves, theta waves. You can make people sleepy, you can make people excited, you can make people angry. And a lot of times what they do is if you want a song, you know, an angry song to cause angst in people, you can embed these frequencies. So they're subaudible. You can't hear them, right? They're subaudible, and there's a way to do a phase shift. You know, if you look on YouTube for like binaural beats and stuff, that uh, there's, you know, that's supposed to relax you, because the frequency in your right ear is just slightly different than the frequency in your left ear, and the difference between the two causes your brain waves to fluctuate. You can do the same thing in stereo music, and you can embed it so you can force emotions through the music in that sense. Um, and like I said, if you do it in a confusing manner, you can actually like freak people out and cause them to feel sick and unwell. And you know, if you take a real high energy song and you put relaxation wave in it, you know, it's very like disturbing. And if you take a very relaxing song and put a, you know, an anger in it, like it will freak you out. Like I mean, it's and it's not that hard to do, especially with studio equipment. Uh, you know, so it is a thing. You know, um,
I know they use it. The MK Ultra. They had a whole subset of sort of ways to non-aggressively torture people, and one of them was through music, playing certain songs over and over and over. There was that.
well, I mean that the repetitiveness of that can be, you know, like I mean I even talk about that with you know, regular broadcast radio. Like I never need to hear Sweet Home Alabama ever again in my life. I know every note of it. I've heard I could recite you every word of it. Like I just, you know, because you've heard it a million times, right? So it gets to a point where it's already in your head. And what they do with the trauma based mind control is they uh, you use that as a technique so that, you know, the familiarity of hearing that same song over again triggers the same response, you know, a certain response in you. And you know, it's like the salivating dog thing. You know, when you hear the bell ring, the dog drools. Well, because it thinks it's getting food. And they use music, you know, in MK Ultra, they used that technique basically. You know, when you heard Hotel California, it made you, you know, turn into a tramp or whatever your alternate personality was, or you know. But there's a lot of really dark secrets that go on in the studios in the music world, and I'm sure in the, you know, in all entertainment like television and movies too. You know, that's one that I actually have personal experience with. So you know, there's no denying it's a thing.
You know, that's what happened with Todd. That's what he said. I wish I could remember his first name. It wasn't Richard Todd. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it was Todd. It was something John Todd, I think.
A list of the songs that they had done it to maybe make them either become number one or be the most listened to or whatever. And it was just amazing, you know, what he was bringing out.
Oh well, I mean,
about that.
multiple musicians have admitted that. I mean, just listen to a Stevie Nicks interview from the '70s, or David Crosby, or even Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. They'll talk about it. They have no qualms about saying
whatever
that they use
happened,
demonic
whatever
power
happened to that thing we were going to do, where you were going to reverse interviews from these different dead rock stars?
Oh, I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, we could do dead rock stars.
Well, I mean, we should. Yeah, we should. We should. Revisit that.
I'll put it
idea.
on a Post-it note right now so that I remember to do something.
All right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe do that one rock star. I think it was Neil Young who did the interview with CBS Bradley, a black fella, where he said, it's because the commander, he almost said the devil. You could almost hear it, but he switched to the commander of this realm and the next.
Oh yeah, it was
I'm
Bob
upholding
Dylan.
my part of the. Yeah, Bob Dylan. That's who. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
and it's funny too because there was a period, I think, in the late '80s or early '80s where Bob Dylan supposedly became a Christian and denounced all of that, and then about 10 years later, he went back to it again. So it's interesting to see, and there are other musicians who have done that too. I guess maybe they did get saved and get out of it, but then the temptation and the money was just too tempting, and they went back.
Well, I think it's more to do with maybe that they're not totally mammalian or totally human. There's something to that. I know for sure.
I don't know. I think you've been listening to too much David Icke lately. No, just kidding.
That thing, I can't understand why
Living
everybody
out
else
in
can't see
Los
it.
Angeles now, L.A., or as I call it, Hell-A. And I just like getting out of there at any point, just to go anywhere, for the weather. They don't have fucking weather there, Hot and sunny every day. Today, hot and sunny in L.A. Yesterday, hot and sunny. Every day, hot and sunny. And they love it. Isn't it great? Every day, hot and sunny. Hot and sunny every day. Isn't that neat? What are you, a fucking lizard? Only reptiles feel that way about this kind of weather. I'm a mammal.
See, man?
Oh, there you go.
Bill Hicks, lizards down in L.A. So
It bubbles up here and there. Most people don't touch it. It is the third rail in alternative media, the alternative truth community. Nobody wants to go there because of all the implications.
Well, I mean,
But
we talk about Satan in the Bible, the serpent seed, right? So
right.
the reptilian aspect of that, I mean, it does make sense. Yeah. Do I think that the Vril are coming? No, I don't. But maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, when you take a look at the world, and in fact, I will bring up this one thing, which is kind of one of the reasons I called in, was about the energy. Some guy has figured out he's tied the energy to population. In other words, we produce so much energy, and if you take off, I think it's now 13% of the world's energy, that actually has a correlation to population and longevity. And he basically makes the argument, because this amount of energy has been taking off for the last 2 months, there's been a disruption and an actual drop. He says the only thing that saved us now is that, like, the Russians had a couple 100 million gallons floating out there. The Iranians, they had 200 million barrels, not gallons, barrels. But that's all been absorbed. And so everybody's pretty much, what we're seeing now is that for this last 2 months, everybody's been able to live off the fat, what's been around. But what this guy is saying is that he says if this keeps on going, then there's actually going to be a correlation between that 32% that's not coming out of, supposedly, it's not coming out of the strait anymore.
Here.
It's going to translate into 32% of the world population starting to have problems.
Here.
This
is Seymour Rocks. Seymour Rocks on Substack. Seymour Rocks. All one word. Seymour Rocks on Substack. Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway between Iran and Oman. Roughly 120 commercial vessels transited every day. It carried 20 million barrels of oil per day, 20% of the global seaborne oil trade. It was the single most important energy choke point on the planet. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, by the week ending May 3rd, Lloyd's List reported only 40 ships crossed the strait in an entire 7-day period. That's roughly 5 or 6 per day. Pre-war tariffs was 120 per day. Pre-war traffic was 120 per day. That's 95% collapse in commercial shipping through the most important oil corridor on Earth. United Nations imposed its own naval blockade of Iranian ports on April 13th. On the 23rd, Trump ordered the Navy to destroy Iranian boats laying mines. On the 3rd, Trump said the U.S. helped stand, blah, blah, blah. The strait has been effectively closed for over 2 months. 20,000 mariners and 2,000 ships remain stranded in the Persian Gulf. Now, that was just, giving you some information for this right here. What tank bottoms mean and why it will end your way of life. You're going to hear a phrase in the coming days most Americans have never encountered. Tank bottoms. Jeff Curry, senior advisor of the Carlyle Group, told Bloomberg Television on May 6, 2026, that oil storage tanks in Europe will hit tank bottoms sometime in the month of May, and in the United States somewhere in the area of 4th of July. He said he has never seen anything like it before. Understand what this means. Tank bottoms does not mean the tanks are low. It means the systems stop working. Oil storage tanks require a minimum volume of liquid to maintain the pressure that allows the pumps to function. When the levels drop below the threshold, the remaining oil becomes physically inaccessible to the pipeline system because it cannot be pumped out. It cannot be moved. The pumps fail. Below that, the bottom 5 to 10% of large storage tank contains sediment, water, paraffin, and industry calls heavies. So if you try to draw it up, it clogs and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the sludge settles.
Yeah. So as of the week of May 1st, total U.S. commercial petroleum inventories fell by 5.9 million barrels in a single week. Crude oil stocks dropped 2.3 million barrels. Distillate fuel, so on and so forth. So this dude is basically, this article go and read it for yourself. But they're saying what's they're going to run out first is diesel. And this is going to be, extremely an unpopular situation for a lot of people. A very near-term future.
We're going to hit a wall. In fact, what I'm looking at now, so in 4 days, it's supposed to be, Trump's going to be meeting over there with Xi in China. And if something big doesn't happen, something that completely reverses everything that we're seeing now, I'm talking about the blockade, maybe something to do with the currency, money. If something big doesn't happen, then man, everybody buckle down because we got a tidal wave coming in. This is going to be a wall. We're going to hit a brick wall, and it's going to be the poor blacks, the poor whites, the poor Hispanics. They're really going to get it. The ones that are homeless now, they're going to go into like abject poverty. In fact, I heard you the other night, Jimmy, talk about a whole bunch of guys on electric bikes that went by your place.
Yeah.
You called them a pack of thieves. Well, that's actually how they do it. They get on these electric bikes that you can't hear. And I've had a couple come up and down my street. I'm way out in the country. And so finally, because I live on a dead end, when I heard him come by, I says, you know what? I got to find out what this guy's doing. What does he keep, you know? And so I went out there with a flashlight to catch him coming back. And, you know, I did the little flash. Look, why don't you just stop? I just need to talk to you for a second. Went right by me, 30 miles an hour, quietly. And then, of course, I never saw him again. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. People are going to get desperate. So I'm really looking for something big to happen.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. I did talk about this shit. You're right. I did, but it was mostly because what Hijacker was saying, and I knew I had this article here, and I was gonna, you know, I wanted you guys to know about the article, so now I told you about it. You know.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to stay away from this kind of shit. So I inadvertently did break my rule after I just got done saying it. So shit happens.
Yeah,
I know we were gonna do a show about words a couple weeks ago, and all of a sudden everything changed and shifted. We didn't even talk about words at all, and somebody got all mad at us. You know, but you know. What are you going to do, man? It's a fluid situation, man. Conversations happen, you know, subjects come up, and, you know, it's hard to, you know, what are you going to do? Club a guy? You know, we ought to get a fucking air horn. And just blow an air horn anytime anyone talks about anything. Anything negative. No, I'm just kidding, man. What time is it? All right, listen. We got 20 minutes left. Hijacker.
And with Mother's Day, everybody's getting ready for Mother's Day tomorrow.
I know. It's Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to celebrate.
I think everybody's got a mother, right?
Yeah, I'm going to celebrate with my mom.
Yeah.
717-417-8284 is the number to call. Somebody was calling before.
I think it was Eric.
Okay, well, let me jump off then, so they can call in.
All right. Sounds good, Hijacker. Thanks for calling us, man.
Get people going, but yeah, let me jump off. So you guys, thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Talk to you soon, Hijacker.
All right.
Yeah, see, I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even not talk about this shit. It's impossible. We got another caller.
Yes. What's up, Eric?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What's happening?
It's ERIC 413. How you doing this evening?
Doing good, man. What's happening?
Hey, I know you said like the not political stuff, but I was just wondering, Rio, did you happen to do the backwards of the Trump glow comment?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
I can go back in my history and dig it up if you want. It's only a few minutes long.
Oh, I could look at it for Friday night or whatever.
Oh, you mean another time? I thought you were gonna organic sharpen that shit right now. Nah. You saying fuck that, man? You're gonna take.
I don't have a lot of time left.
You're not gonna do what we do. Just asking. I didn't know if you did it in your private time, you know. So, but otherwise, yeah, you guys were mentioning the Shroud of Turin. That's fantastic. That's always an amazing thing to read about.
I know. Recently, I don't know if you've seen what's going on with it recently, but they're really alluding to the fact that there was some sort of an energetic expression in the moment that's reflected on that material. They're finding a whole bunch of new shit about it.
Yeah, well, the church has maintained for many years that it was the resurrection power of Jesus that caused the image, right? And there's scientific evidence to prove that. So it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, that recent thing that you're talking about, Jimmy, that was kind of recently they brought it up again. But yeah, I've heard for years it was like some variant of radioactive ultraviolet light sort of thing that it got literally singed on the outside fibers. It makes sense too. I mean, if you're Jesus Christ and your soul is probably more radiant than the sun, right? Obviously. So once it goes somewhere or does something, it's going to have a burst.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the idea, and like you said, it's
Right.
it's really interesting. And this only came out a couple of weeks ago, I think, right, Jimmy? Maybe a month ago.
Yeah, I
maybe?
saw it recently.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a whole thing about it. They're making a lot of I don't know. There was a lot of supposition going on. Looked interesting though.
Yeah, well, it's like as the technology keeps advancing, right? That we can do more things now than we could do back then.
Yeah, well, recently I think they just like
Okay.
reconstructed Jesus from the
Yeah.
imprint or whatever.
Right. You can. Yeah, they built a 3D image of him.
Yeah,
Yeah, based on the.
I think it freaked people out. I didn't see it. I didn't go look at it.
Actually, Jimmy, my mom bought all of her children, all of us, maybe I think recently. It was probably a couple months ago. You know those like holograms where you look at it from different angles, it changes.
Mm-hmm.
So she bought us all refrigerator magnets where it literally is a shard to end, and then you move a little and it changes into the face that they generated.
Wow.
Pretty awesome.
Wow. That's a trip. Now they just came out. They just
It's a great idea.
That's a trip. How did she find out about it?
Oh, my mom just bought us all the magnet.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, she's very Catholic as we are, and at the church gift shop they had one, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. It was a couple of bucks. She said she bought all of her children one, and yeah, you put it on the fridge, you go from one angle to another. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Natalia, why don't you call in, man? 717-417-8284. So what's going on with you? What's the gas prices in your area?
Oh, out here it's actually fortunately I've been able to find it for still under $4, so $3.95.
Fuck. It's $7 over here, man. I
What
know.
about you, bro?
Dude, it's gonna be $10 a gallon. There's no question. It's gonna be $10. They were saying it
Did
on
you
the
see that?
regular news. You know, the nightly news comes on at 5 o'clock or whatever. They were just saying it casually on there, just like they're talking about eating a sandwich. Yeah, it's gonna be $10. You know, it's like fuck. Paul's saying it's $5.50 in Washington.
Did you see the California news story where the gas station owner was like, I need to change my pumps because they only go 3 digits. So like I can't charge more than $9.99. I need new pumps.
Man, I'll tell you what. There's a serious situation about to unfold. And I was telling everybody last night, I don't know if you were here last night, but you know, it used to cost me 20 because I work locally, you know, so it used to cost me $20 a week to go to work.
Now 60. You said?
Yeah, now it's $60.
You know what I invested in a couple of years back when gas prices spiked, and I've used it ever since. Is I advise everyone to get themselves a lock-in gas cap. They're like $10, $15 lock with a key from AutoZone.
Yeah. Let's get yourself an electric bike, man.
Is
And a
gas
a
siphoning
fucking
thing?
crossbow. A crossbow and an electric bike.
Yeah. Gas siphoning
Yeah, there
thing
were-
up in your area.
There were some. Yeah, there were a couple, not directly around me, just I had heard the local news story from the local city of Springfield, which is more rough, you know, than I'm where the Big E is, the fourth biggest fair in the country with West Springfield technically, but and no, my side's not, you know, it's like nice on this side, but I started hearing that from Springfield, so I was like, you know, I think I'll bring out the old gas lock cap that I used to have. You know, every time it goes up past like 350, I like put it back on.
Man.
If it goes higher, like you're saying, if it goes to $10, people are going to be doing anything to get it.
Yeah, that's true. They'll be stealing it if they have to.
I'm telling you, man, when Obama was president, there used to be this guy that did these cartoon drawings. You know, like like a glossy, like his name was John Dees. He's dead now. His name was John Dees, and he made these political posters. And when Obama was president, he had one poster, and gas was like $10 a gallon, and there was cars at the gas station, and dudes were fighting each other and hitting each other with baseball bats and shit. I still remember that thing. I bet you could. I bet I could find it right now if I went on there on Google Images. I bet I could type it in and find it.
Well, I mean, those of us who are old enough still remember the gas lines in the 70s, right?
Yeah, what the odd and even?
Odd and even days,
Yeah.
or your license plate number.
Yeah, I asked my dad about that because he just got his license back then. And I was like, there's no way people would be respectful and wait in line and odd and even. It'd be a freaking pandemonium. Like, society couldn't do that, no.
I'm telling you right now, man, these dudes on these bikes around here, these fucking kids are just like riding on one wheel for like a half a mile on these things. They're fucking hauling ass, man, on these things. Imagine it. Imagine being 16, 18, 25 years old on these bikes, man. You'd be rolling somewhere fast, man. You know you would.
Oh, yeah.
Derek
I was
says.
walking.
Derek
What?
says that gas in Saskatchewan is $2 Canadian dollars a liter, which is about $9 a gallon U.S.
9.
Yeah.
Fuck, see?
And
Tell
you know,
me,
actually,
man.
I remember when I was in Europe, the gas was like ridiculously expensive there too, and it's by the liter, but it worked out to something like $7 or $8 a gallon. And that was 20 years ago. So
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we've got it good over here on the East Coast.
Man,
Yeah.
see, the thing is, out here in California, ever since gas went up to $5 a gallon, it's hovered up there. It never went back down. So it's been $5 a gallon out here for fucking years now. And when it first happened, everybody thought it was everything was gonna collapse because it was $5 a gallon. And then people just fucking didn't do it, just got used to it, and just paid it. And
it
you
is.
keep paying it, they're gonna keep charging it, man.
Yeah.
At some point, you're not gonna.
I can pay it.
How the fuck are you? How the fuck are people? Man, look, if you're making $20 an hour, okay, that's $800 a week. Saying YouTube's not working,
YouTube is working.
is it?
Yeah, it's working.
All right. I don't know what's happening. Got a message that YouTube wasn't working. I don't know. Anywho, shit, man. We got about 10 minutes left, so I'm still seeing the chat moving.
Yeah, it's working for me.
Yeah,
Maybe just try refreshing.
I don't know. We'll
Well,
see.
not you, them.
Maybe because there's storms out there right now. Storms going on everywhere. So I forgot I got sidetracked with the YouTube not working thing. But what were we saying?
I had one car thing for you, Rio.
What's that?
Have you seen these new cars that are like sit up in your seat so we can see your eyes stuff?
Oh yeah. Ford is going to be rolling that out. Actually, most cars are going to have that as part of the 2027 requirements for new models. Yep. They will not start or go into gear if they think you're drunk or too tired to drive, or or you're too stressed to be behind the wheel.
Yep. Just in time for the data centers market the beat system. Yay!
Well, you got to look at it this way too. Like if you were in a bad situation, right? You're being stalked or whatever, and you're panicked and you're running out of your house and jumping in your truck to get away from a potentially deadly situation, right? The truck decides you're too stressed to go anywhere. Doesn't that kind of contribute to the problem?
$8, Golden Eagle said. Nathaniel tried to call in, I guess. I don't know. 717-417-8284. But there's only we only got 4 minutes left, man. We got to go.
Oh, yeah, it's almost that time.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. It's it's a rough world, man. You got to take advantage of every day. Make the best out of it you can, no matter what.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the 2025 cars are going to be real popular in 10 years.
No, And they're gonna, you know what's gonna happen, man. You know what happens when you can't go to work because you can't afford gas. You can't make your car payment, so they're gonna fucking repo all these other cars. There ain't gonna be no cars except for the ones that have that shit in it. That and public transit. That and public transit.
Yeah, people be riding their bicycles to work again.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Here they just made the public bus free. I don't know if they do that in other states, but it seems a little too nice of them.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. We did a show last night. I got up. I had to do a bunch of stuff around here, and then I had to go to work for 8 hours, and then I came back, and now we're here. And so time's up. It's time for old Jimmy to hit the road, Jack.
Happy Mother's Day, all moms out there, and God bless you guys.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to you and to everybody's moms, whether they be here or not. And mine is, and so I'll be seeing her. I'll be able to see her momentarily. All right, Rock and Rio, ready to exit stage left?
I think it's about that time.
All right, then. Hey, Revolution Radio, thanks for having us. We appreciate you. Ground Zero Plus, we'll see you next Friday night for Into the Microcosm. And I'm going to do my best to make it tomorrow morning for Sunday morning Wake and Bake. All right?
All right.
I'm going to do my best, but I got to work tomorrow after the Sunday morning Work and Bake, so I don't know. We'll see. Do my best. That's all you can do. Right, Rock and Rio? Your best.